And Mark from Scoreboard Don't Lie. He's very, very analytical.
Witt Jr. just crushes every single pitch possible. So the potential for this is absolutely amazing.
Definitely for baseball season, you want to have Scoreboard Don't Lie there.
All right, guys, I'm back. In today's video, we're going to break down the best batter versus pitcher matchups for Wednesday, April 2nd. So I got a bunch of opportunities, and we're going to get into every single one of them. But there's three in particular that I really want to focus in on. You can see on the screen right here, you can see this guy, Shohei Ohtani. You ever hear of him? Is he any good? I don't know. He didn't get a hit his last two games, and I think this is a perfect opportunity for him to get back on track, taking on Bryce Elder. You know, when you look at Elder's pitch arsenal in the middle of the screen right there, and you can look at what Ohtani does to these pitches, he just annihilates them. It's lights out. This is such a great opportunity here. When you look at the other side of the balls and you see Bryce Elder's batting average against, he's got to be one of the worst pitchers all season. I mean, it's a short season, but these opportunities that I'm bringing forward, he might be the worst one. A 390 batting average given up against his sinker, which he throws by far the most. It's the number one pitch in his pitch arsenal, and it just happens to be the one you suck at, man. Like, what are you doing? You're like, yeah, let me take my worst pitch and make that one the one that I throw the most. It doesn't really matter. Look at all the other pitches right there. A 269 batting average given up to the change up, a 304 to the slider, and a 353 to the four-seam fastball. So it really doesn't matter. You can whatever one doesn't matter, because I think Shohei Ohtani could have a field day. I said could. I think he's going to have a great opportunity to have success. That is Shohei Ohtani. Between these two in the last 3 years, a small sample size, 3 at-bats, 2 hits, a home run, a 667 batting average. That's Ohtani versus Elder. Consider Shohei Ohtani as an option for us for today. Next matchup, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Did we ever use him? I think we used him. Yeah, last time you came through for us. I'm going to need you to do that again, okay? And I think you have a good opportunity to be able to have success against Mackenzie Gore, because when you look at Gore's pitch arsenal and what Guerrero Jr. historically can do against every one of those pitches, look, you can see on the screen right there, a 345 batting average versus the four-seam fastball, 350 against the curve, a lowly 302. Oh, come on. You can do better than that against the changeup. And a 432 against the cutter. Oh, he just, it's lights out. All these pitches, okay? And then Gore on his side, his number one pitch. Again, what's this thing with these pitchers, man? Your number one pitch is the one that you're the worst at. Your batting average against is a 280. So it's not like absolutely horrible relative to the last guy we talked about. But you throw it 56% of the time, like, wow, okay, I think I like this opportunity here. All right, before we move on, let's just look at the little history between these two. 5 at-bats, 3 hits, a home run, a 600 batting average, Guerrero Jr. against Mackenzie Gore. And I'm loving what Guerrero Jr. is doing this season. We're starting to get some games under our belt. He's recorded at least a hit in every game in the last 4. So make it 5 for us. Can you do that? So consider Vladimir Guerrero Jr. All right, guys, if you could just be so kind to hit that like button. I know it's so easy to do it, but yet it's so hard to do it. Like, I don't know why. It's just like, it's like I better not say what I'm going to say. Just hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button. And put something in the comments section. That'd be greatly appreciated. I don't know. What should we put down there? What have we been putting down there? Oh, we're putting down there that W, baby, because it's been willing us to win. So we're going to ride that thing until we can't ride it no more. All right, one more thing. If you'd like to talk further, there's a link to a free Discord in the description of this video. You could jump in there and talk NBA, college basketball, MLB, and much, much more. So check that out, and let's get right back to these matchups. All right, you know the deal. Let's just get right to Merrill's batting averages versus the potential pitches he may see, and it looks good to me. 252 batting average is the one that, it's all right against the four-seam fastball. It's a capable batting average, and you can see the other ones. I just love this opportunity here. If I had to rank the one I like the least, it'd probably be this one, just because you can see Ben Lively. His batting averages against, 2 of them are pretty good, okay? And the other ones aren't bad either. They're okay. They're not horrible. So I just really love this opportunity here. It just feels right. But, Merrill has hit in every game this year, multiple hits in a lot of the games. I just love this one. Like I said, so there's 3 of my favorite matchups. I'll put what I'm doing in the pinned comment of this video, how I'm going to use these players. I'm thinking maybe that Ohtani one, it might just be priced so insane, like for him to record a hit that it wouldn't even work in a hit parlay just because of the matchup and it's Ohtani. And I mean, I think, but when you get into the middle of the season, that's when someone like him is basically unplayable. They have him at like a minus 500 record a hit. You can't even put him with anybody reasonable to get a decent parlay, hit parlay. But we'll see. It's still early in the season, and he didn't hit his last 2 games. That's Ohtani, so maybe that'll figure in, maybe not. All right, here are the rest of the good batter matchups to consider. Yes, some of the ones I talked about are on this list. You can see the very first one. Ohtani, we talked about what a great matchup that is versus Elder. I wanted to address something that was brought up in the comments section of this last video. They said, what's the numbers in the column there labeled versus, like Shohei Ohtani, 10 versus Elder. That's a website that I use. It rates the matchup. A 10 would be the best matchup possible for the batter. Okay, it can go all the way down to a negative 10 for the batter, which we don't want to go near those, okay? So I actually eliminated all the negatives off of this list, which I didn't do that in past videos. I just think that it's just stay away from that. I typically very seldomly will venture into the positive 7 matchup. You can see Jonathan India in the middle of the screen right there is a 7. That's where I kind of draw the line. I don't go anything under that. So Abreu, Abrams, Brown, and so on and so forth down. They have a great matchup. You can see in terms of what they've done against the pitcher the last 3 years. But put it into perspective, they really don't have too great of a matchup. So I tend to shy away from those. So I would just stick to what you see up there. Mookie Betts at a 10. And we talked about he's going up against Elder. We talked about it's the same pitcher, we talked about with Ohtani, how horrible it is. So 7 at-bats, 2 hits, a home run, a 286 batting average. You can consider Mookie Betts. He's a solid player, a great player that, you can rely on most times. And this is an advantage here against that pitcher. Third one down, Stephen Kwan, an 8 rating. So right in that range, like where I need it to be. It's probably like the bottom where I'd want to kind of be against Dylan Cease. I almost had this today as an official play. So I just said to myself, I don't know, I just had my reservations about it. So this one's interesting. I could go into this one a little great detail. Cease is basically a 3-pitch pitcher, but he throws the 4-seam fastball, a 250 batting average. So, it's not great. But that's as worse. That's as bad as it gets. The next one is slider. He throws a 166. That's good. And then the knuckle curve, a 241 batting average. Like, it's not bad. So I just thought, like, it's just not good enough of a matchup in terms of the pitcher being where I want him to be in terms of, being bad. Cease is not bad. But I did consider Kwan because he's really good against 2 out of 3 of these pitches. Like I said, the 4-seam fastball, when he sees that, a 328 batting average. And then the knuckle curve, when he sees that, a 444. Except the slider, Kwan only hits it at 200. And that's the one where Cease is at a 166 batting average against. So who knows if he throws a heavy plate of those his way, if you will. So that was a question mark for me. But you know what I mean? Like, it's still a great opportunity if you need another player or something like that. So I just kind of wanted to talk through that. We talked about Guerrero Jr. right there. And then Jonathan India, a 7 rating. Okay, like I said, maybe, I like to stay. I don't want to go anything under 7 rating when I do these plays because kind of whatever. But going up against Peralta, 8 at-bats, 3 hits, a 375. So there you go. I'm just kind of, you can look at the thing and figure it out for yourself. I don't need to like hold your hand all the way through this like I did, but there you go. Just want to say, I'll put the pinned comment. I'll put the official plays in the pinned comment. But the bottom line is, like I said, over and over, these videos are here for you to come to your own realization. I'm going to just bring forward great opportunities, and you can identify the ones that you like or the ones you don't like, and do your own thing. If you want to follow along with me, what I'm doing, that's perfect. That's why I put in the pinned comment. But this is not designed for you to have to be beholden to me to create your bets for you. I want to create an environment for you guys to come here and have the resources, and eventually the resources hopefully be much more plentiful as we get further into the season. So I have plenty of options for you to just kind of plug and play. I make it easy for you, quick. You're busy. You got busy lives, right? Or not, whatever. But, fake it if you're busy or not. So whatever I'm trying to say. So you just come in quick and get it done and move on with your day. So we'll leave it right there. Just want to say, man, I just really appreciate every single one of you, and I'll just talk to you guys tomorrow.